Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, dear students, grade 12, lecture number 64, and last time, previous lecture, we were discussing about the smog complete topic. We done the before major chemical pollutants in the photochemical smog. Now the next topic is chemistry of photochemical smoke, chemical reactions in the atmosphere. So, photochemical smoke, to begin, the chemical process of photochemical development of the following conditions must occur. These conditions, in the presence of sunlight, number one, there must be oxygen of nitrogen, maybe nitric oxide, maybe nitrogen dioxide must be present in the atmosphere. Volatile organic compounds must be present in the atmosphere, and the temperature must be greater than 18 degrees Celsius. So these are the four conditions for the photochemical smoke. If the above criteria are met, then several chemical reactions are occur producing the toxic chemicals constituents of the photochemical smoke. The following discussion outlines the process required for the formation of the two most dominant toxic components. Two most dominant toxic compounds in the air atmosphere. Number one is ozone, and number three, PAN, or the primary volatile organic compounds, peroxyacetyl nitrates, and ozone. These are volatile compounds. Already ozone is a gaseous state, and there are other oxidizing agents may be present. Hydrogen peroxide, nitric acid may be. So PAN is an eye irritant, is also toxic to plants. PAN, eye irritation, high toxic to plants, respiratory irritation, damaging to protein. So this is the criteria for the photochemical smoke. Do these questions? Now, dear students, then there is another topic, very important. We have to clean our environment, save our environment. Don't see the personal benefits. If I'm going to use cars, okay, don't use this, but you have only one car, family car. Don't use 4, 5, 6 cars at your home. They will give pollutions. If there is a public transport, all the people they travel and use public transport, tram in the or some railway system or tram system in the big cities. Don't use car, no pollution. You know, in the buses, lorries, trucks, and there are also many things. Must be train system introduced, that only one train, one engine there are 50 bogies, compartments they are attached to transport the heavy things, anything from Karachi to Peshawar. Don't use trucks, lorries, buses, they give more pollutions. There should be much system. that we can reduce the pollution in environment. We have to save our environment. We make safe our environment that we can live. We have to not face the more diseases. The immunity power of the human beings now going to decrease, depressed. See this COVID-19, whole world is facing this problem. Allah save us from this disease. This is very bad. So that's why we use chemicals for our only for some benefit for us, for the time being benefit for this one. Because all these materials are prepared in industries. So if there are industrial process, chemical process in industries, toxic substances are effluent from this one. In the form of gases, in the form of solids, in the form of liquids. They damage our environment. Please save our environment. So this is the topic we use acid rain. That's why I say acid rain. Acid rain damage the metal, damage limestone, damage forest, kill fishes. Very bad. So how this acid rain is going to be formed? Same source is the same. We have to control to combust the materials, not to produce nitrogen compounds, nitric oxide, nitrogen dioxide. We do not produce sulfur. Sulfur dioxide should not present in atmosphere. Sulfur dioxide should not present in atmosphere. They give acid rain, and it's very dangerous. So acid rain, if the pH of the rain is about 6.4, not less than 6.4, then this is safe, good for us. The rain is not polluted. If the pH of the rain is less than this limit, then it's very damaging situation, very bad situation. So dear students, how the acid rain is going to be formed, already I told you that presence of sulfur dioxide gas in air, presence of nitrogen dioxide present in air, carbon dioxide gas in huge quantity present in air. So during the rainfall, these are soluble in water to produce acid. It means that acid is coming from the atmosphere. Acid is coming in the rain. Acids fall on the earth. So it damages our environment. Definitely. So that is why if sulfur dioxide gas, which is going to be formed by the combustion of coal, mostly coal. In the carbon coal, there is a sulfur compound, sulfur. Maybe in the petrol, not good quality petrol, it contains sulfur. So when we combust in industry, when we combust in the vehicles, I told you the background, we have to save our environment. Grow more trees, make more forest, that carbon dioxide gas can be absorbed. So sulfur dioxide is present in the atmosphere. During the rainfall, this rainwater, it is soluble to give a sulfuric acid, king of the chemicals. So sulfuric acid is a very strong acid. pH is less than 1. Very dangerous. less than acetic acid, vinegar. Means about 2.4, 2.3 like this one. It's very less pH. Highly toxic, highly dangerous. So this sulfuric acid is going to be coming in the rain. So this is called acid rain. And there is another one, nitrogen dioxide. I told you. If nitrogen dioxide present in the atmosphere, this is the nitrogen dioxide, highly toxic gas. Brownish, grayish color, highly toxic. And plus rain, oxygen in the atmosphere. So we will get again very strong acid, that is a nitric acid. So this nitric acid is also present in the rain, and acidity is going to be increased, pH level is going to be decreased, so it affects our life. I told you there are many disadvantages, but we can see that if the metallic statue government is going to be to make a beautiful city on the roundabout, they put the metallic statues looking good. So when the rain falls, this acid is going to react with metal. So slowly and gradually you can see it damage. Limestone, marble, we put on the outside of the building marbles for looking good. So this acid fall on the marble to give carbon dioxide gas. Carbon dioxide gas is going to be produced, and the shining of marble is going to be destroyed. See the Taj Mahal before 50 years, now you can see the Taj Mahal. It's not a good example. I'm not going to discuss this. So, but it's going to be destroyed outside. That is why, because of destruction of metal, corrosion. This is about the metal and carbonates, and forest trees are going to be destroyed by using this. Fish is going to be killed. So dear students, in some countries, due to release of hydrogen chloride, this is also very strong acid. Volcanoes eruption, there is a temporary acid rain due to presence of hydrochloric acid. Sulfuric acid, nitric acid, carbon dioxide gas. Carbon dioxide gas is present in the huge quantity, and day by day concentration of carbon dioxide is going to be increased in the environment. So that's why it gives the carbonic acid. Carbonic acid aqueous. So carbonic acid, which is a very, very weak acid, it does not going to give a much more acid rain because it's the weakest acid. But it has no severe effects on the animal plants, but should not present. It makes lactic acidic, they can no longer support for fish life. Already I told you. The yield of agricultural crops is so reduced, population of the whole world is going to be increasing and increasing. There is no control from the government, there is no significant measures for this. So if there are food is, the production of food is going to decrease, then how we control? Nitric acid rain gradually eats up limestone. I told you marble is going to be eat up, metal is going to be correct. It fades the color of fabrics, cotton, nylon, rayon, leather, paper, affect causes of extensive leaf drop in the plants. Plants are looking good if green leaves are there, flowers are there. So, due to the acid rain, the leaves are going to drop from the tree. It fades the color of fabrics. Already I told you it is very corrosive and attack skin diseases. Acidification of soil, yes, in the mountainous area, rocks and soil contain minerals. Minerals are the metallic compounds of oxides and sulfides. I am not going to discuss this in organic chemistry. Minerals, they contain metals, metallic compounds, aluminium, mercury, lead, calcium. May I be other chromium, aluminium, mercury, lead, calcium, and other many metals present in the earth. So when the acid rain falls, these metals react with acid. These heavy metals, they are eaten by fishes. Fishes are present in water when water falls, flows through the rivers, which proves very much dangerous of those animals and birds which eat these fishes. Even human beings, we take the fish. It also damages steel, already I told you, paint, also plastic, cement, masonry work, and also other materials. So acid rain is also highly means dangerous, toxic. So we have, it means that the main point is center point, we can say, that we, the human beings throughout the world, be very careful to combust the fossil fuels. We have to be very, very careful about this. All these things are based upon this, and I am telling you, that's why I give you that we should use the vehicles from the government, public transport. That's why I told you. This is the reason. About 70 to 80% air pollution is due to the transport. Fuel burning through the transport, maybe the cars, maybe the lorries, maybe the buses, maybe the aircrafts, maybe the trains like this one. So we should reduce this one, then we will save our globe. There is also a very other important greenhouse effect and global warming. This is also alarming situation. This is also alarming situation for us. Global warming and greenhouse effect. Global warming or greenhouse effect. Same, when we burn the fuel, ultimately the carbon dioxide gas is going to be enter in the atmosphere. Million and trillion tons of carbon dioxide gases we are discharging in atmosphere per annum, per year. Carbon dioxide gas is okay, good, but it has its specific proportion, specific ratio, because daytime and we should also develop the more forest, more plantation, more plants, green city, green country, that carbon dioxide gas absorb these plants. Carbon dioxide gas absorb these plants during daytime. We call it photosynthesis, and it is good for the human beings and all living organisms because oxygen gas is discharged during this process, and we need oxygen. Again, I am saying this corona disease attack the lungs. Means oxygen gas, deficiency of oxygen again. So we must save the earth. We should not discharge more carbon dioxide gas. This is a one disadvantage. Other is when the concentration of the carbon dioxide gas is more in the atmosphere, then what happens? The ultraviolet rays, they are coming from the sun, and the infrared discharging from the earth. They are not going to cross. They are not going to pass through this layer. And ultimately the temperature of the globe, the earth, is going to be increased. And what happens? Polar ice is going to be melt. There are many disadvantages. Warming that happens when certain gases in the earth atmosphere trap it. Yes, methane gas, dust particles, ozone, and also carbon dioxide gas. These gases let's in light but keep that from the escaping. Like the glass wall that we make the artificial greenhouse to grow the plants. So we put the white plastic sheet around and we put inside the plants. Because of these plants and this earth soil give the these infrared radiations, and these infrared radiations do not pass through the glass sheets, and light coming from the outside, so temperature will be warm inside the glass sheet and the plants is going to grow. This is the same as the greenhouse effect. Same temperature 10 to 15 degrees centigrade going to be increased. Heat causes atom of earth to vibrate, the radiate heat infrared, I told you. So oxygen, neither oxygen nor nitrogen absorb. Oxygen and nitrogen, they do not absorb infrared radiations. The substances in the atmosphere, especially carbon dioxide gas, already I told you, and water, do absorb infrared radiation. Means water vapors and carbon dioxide gas. So they warm the atmosphere. The temperature is going to rise. The equilibrium is trapped. Then produces effect on the earth. Definitely, we are facing sometimes heavy rains, floods, unusual floods, unusual rainfall. We can't control it. Sometimes drought, no rain. When we need the water, no rain, no water. Drought means very difficult situation. So they form the blanket to escaping the heat. That's why the temperature of the globe is going to be increased day by day in the presence of the carbon dioxide gas. Now students, global warming, the concentration of carbon dioxide gas in atmosphere must be low 330 ppm. Parts per million. This is a concentration, small concentration, not lower than 330 ppm, but is going to be increasing day by day. Million, trillion tons of carbon dioxide getting released day by day. It is going to be alarming situation. And concentration of the carbon dioxide gas now going to be increased up to 400 ppm, parts per million. Then temperature is going to be rises 1 degree Celsius per increase. So main global temperature of Earth about is a 15 degrees centigrade, already I told you. So this is delicate balance between the energy which is absorbed. So dear students, if this cycle is disturbed, the produced carbon dioxide gas and absorb the plants, this is good. So we have two things, we have to do two things. We have to grow plants because carbon dioxide is more absorbed. No extra will be in the atmosphere. Then we have to balance for burning fuels. Fuels control. Occasionally other factors briefly influence global temperature is going to be. These some some there are natural factors, but they are not always. Just like volcanoes eruption, forest fire happening. Sometimes you see in the Australia or maybe some in America there is a forest firing also maybe happen. In other countries also maybe happen where there is destruction. So that's why after factors of these factors influence the global temperature, volcanoes eruption and emit particles that temporarily cool the earth's surface, but these have no lasting effect beyond few years. Other cycles such as even nano also work on the fairly short particle cycles. So dear students, the scientists are already seeing more of changes happening quickly than they had expected. Very alarming situation nowadays. According to the Environmental Panel on Climate Change, scientists, 11 of the 12 hottest years since thermometer reading became available occurred between 1995 to 2006. Hottest climate available, hottest. So dear students, this is about the global warming. So we should control ourselves. Being a citizen, I must see the sun starting from my side, from me. And if we clean our environment one by one, and you can see the whole globe and more. There are many peoples, so that's why we have to try about this one. Then there is other one, because all these topics are connected with each other. Automobiles. So these automobiles, we consume fuel. We consume fuel. So the waste gases are going to exhaust. So we have to control. We put the catalytic converter. We have to install catalytic converter in our vehicles because if nitrogen dioxide gas is going to be formed during combustion, this catalytic converter convert this nitrogen dioxide, which give the acid rain, into oxygen and nitrogen. Oxygen and nitrogen, you see, oxygen is very important and does not absorb infrared radiation also. And sometimes you feel smell when you are driving of the fuel. So this is unburned fuel. Also bad image on the earth. So that's why it should be completely burned to give carbon dioxide gas and water. Unburned fuel also changes into carbon dioxide gas and water, and must be use the catalytic converter, which is maybe platinum we use in the palladium we use here. So these carbon monoxide gas, if is going to be exhaust from the car or any vehicle, it must be converted into carbon dioxide gas. So petrol burns very fast in the car engine. I told you there must be formation of carbon dioxide gas, which is going to be global warming, but not acid rain, does not produce acid rain. So very high temperature. At this high temperature, nitrogen and oxygen, they are present in the air. They form nitric oxide, nitrogen dioxide. They pollute the air. So that is why we use catalytic converter to convert oxygen and nitrogen. Control measure in order to control the air pollution caused by the hydrocarbons. So by adding leaded petrol. Because of the improvement octane 95 and 98. This is the octane number of the petrol. 8 carbon atoms. N-octane, straight chain carbon, is not going to be good fuel. We have to make branch isooctane. We use isooctane. So how isooctane is going to be formed? So by using catalyst. So before it was used tetraethyl lead, TEL or TML, tetraethyl lead or tetramethyl lead is going to be used as a catalyst to reform the petrol. Change N-octane to isooctane, but this lead is not good again. Lead compounds, free lead should not be present in the atmosphere. Also it gives the pollution. That's why we should not use the leaded petrol. Ban throughout the world. It creates pollution. Catalytic converter, I told you, we use platinum or palladium already. I told you in the fixed in the engine of the vehicle that should be must complete chemical reaction to form carbon dioxide gas. So this octane burns in oxygen to give carbon dioxide gas and water. This is somehow good because no carbon monoxide, no nitrogen dioxide, no normal nitrogen monoxide. So they are highly toxic in the gas, give acid rain. At ultimate, carbon dioxide gas is not toxic gas, but it is going to be giving global warming. So dear students, this is about the catalytic converter we must use in the automobile to reduce the pollution of the earth. Then there is a topic after automobile, water pollutions, water treatment. Water pollution, Article 23.3, also great problem. There is also great problem for us. There are 3 kinds of pollutions. Air pollutions we already explained. Atmosphere. In the troposphere where we live, this is called air pollution. Soil pollution, toxic substances through water absorbed inside earth. Water pollution, this is also very bad. We are going to construct industries, because in industries, all kinds of industries, there are effluents, toxic chemicals in liquid form. We put on the earth, we flow on the earth, we flow on where the plants grow, where the stream is running, where the water is running in the canal, in the stream, in the river. We put all these effluents in this one. See your cities. All drainage water, this pollutant water is going to put in these canals, these rivers, these streams. So this is going to be polluted, very bad. So when the pollutants, toxic substances, toxic chemicals, when you put in the water, so water is going to be polluted, very bad. These diseases, even cancer, even high risk health, chromium, mercury, cadmium, these heavy metals, tin, no limit for the risk, no limit. That's why diseases are going to be growing day by day. Water, because of water, every means living organism need water. Plants need water. Animals need water. Human beings need water. Without water, we can't survive. Either poor men, poor people, or rich people, they need water. But we need clean water. Either poor people or rich people must need clean water without toxic chemicals. So that is why we have to care about this one. We should not destroy all these toxic chemicals in water. 2/3 of population of the world is devoid of clean drinking water. In spite of abundance of water on the earth, on the earth about 75% water on the earth, in the form of oceans, in the form of rivers, in the form of glaciers, in the form of streams, in the form of lakes. But very clean water is a very small in it, very little in it, very small. You can see many poor countries, underdeveloped countries, they are lacking to provide clean water to their people. Very bad. So that is why World Health Organization has raised the slogan of clean water for all. For all. All means poor people are also included. You have to see your neighbor. The water pollutants are the following. I told you many. There are reasons to pollute the water. When we are transporting oil, mostly the oil is transported through ocean, through sea, by ships from one country to other country. That's why oil leakage, spillage, yes, this is the one big source. Livestock waste, mostly in our villages we have livestock, buffaloes, cows, goats, sheep, like this one, and we have no system to put them one place. They are wandering here and there in the streets and there, and their effluents they waste. Industrial waste, already I told you. Leather tanneries, there are chromium, very bad. So dear students, these are the four main factors to pollute the water. We use fuel, we use lubricants, we use plastic, and the very bad factor. Plastic, if you put inside the earth for 200 years, it's not going to decompose. Block. There is no decomposition of plastic. This is a this is a plastic society. If you see your room only, how many plastic things you are using? Fuel, lubricants, plastics, electrical appliances, synthetic rubber, detergents, manufacture of photochemicals. In order to prepare such large varieties of the substances, petroleum is handled on large scale. So that's why we move petrol from one country to other country throughout the world is large scale. That's why accidents happen. So fuel is going to be added with the water and polluted. Spillage can take place in the create serious problems, pollution in water. So we get the polluted water. Water is, we have also many other factors. Accidental, I told you. Accidents happen. Leakage from cargo, I told you. Trucks and tankers, they are moving on the roads. I told you earlier that we should use the public transport. We use train. Make the train system good. Only one engine there is. And more than 50 and 100 compartments you put this engine. See them transport, but trucks, they are moving on the roads. And how many trucks they are moving? See, from Karachi to Peshawar. Pipelines leakage, there should be control. Most of the gas is going to be waste in the Pakistan pipelines. Most. See the figures. You can see the figures from internet. How much leakage of gas taking place in the Pakistan for the gas through pipelines. Leakage of underground storage tanks. Yes, there is. So that's why many petroleum products are poisonous and create serious health problems to the human beings, animals, aquatic life, many there are. So, dear students, we are going to stop here. So, I am going to continue this topic in the next lecture. Water pollution and water, then water treatment, how we convert, then few topics, then I'll start the last topic. So, thank you very much. We stop here, please.